Hello, Zuko here. My name is Jess. I go by Zimmy on the internet because one time I was 15. So, as you can tell, it is Halloween, and I want to share with you my top 10 favorite not scary Halloween movies. This is in no particular order. I just needed a way to get these movies out to you so that you can maybe watch them. So I'm going to try and summarize some Halloween movies that I really like that I probably haven't seen since I was a teenager or younger, because I didn't have access to them, because some of them, a lot of them, are Disney Channel original movies, and for the longest time, like some of the older ones, were impossible to find anywhere. And I'm so excited that I actually get to watch them this year because Disney Plus exists. This is not a plug for Disney Plus. Disney is a big evil corporation, but it does have some fun Halloween movies if you already have it and you would like to watch some fun Halloween movies. So the first movie, I'm going to talk about the ones that I don't physically own and that are on Disney Plus. The first movie is Now You See It. This stars, I think, Allison Machaca of Allie and AJ, the one who was in Phil of the Future, and some guy who I feel like might be named Jackson or Jason or something. He was in a lot of Disney Channel stuff too, I feel like. But it stars them. It's about like a game show almost, where they pair up aspiring TV producers with aspiring magicians, and they try to like make a good show together, I think. But behind the scenes is an evil wizard who is actually trying to find someone with real magical powers and take their powers for himself. So this was like a really fun Halloween movie that isn't gory at all. And it was just super fun, and I think that you should watch it if you want a non-scary Halloween movie. I'm going to say that at the end of every one of these movie descriptions. Okay, the second movie is The Scream Team, and I know this has like young Kat Dennings in it. This is about some kids who go with their dad to his childhood home after their grandma dies, and they find out that their house is haunted and that there is a ghost that is trying to like burn down the town, I believe, essentially. This is fun. I remember this not being super scary, but it having like an air of mystery. I want to know if the like CGI holds up, because I believe ghosts floated around as like not Glinda from Wizard of Oz bubbles, but like little light spirits. Maybe I'm lying, but I know the ghosts were also see-through, so that was fun. I'm just trying to describe movies I haven't seen as an adult. But I super recommend this movie too. So the third movie here is Twitches. This stars Tia and Tamara Mowry, I believe. I think a lot of us saw this movie when it premiered on the Disney Channel, or Family Channel in my case, as I am Canadian. This is a set of twins who are both adopted to separate families at birth, essentially. And they meet each other and find out that they are not only identical twins, but they're also witches from another dimension. They're princesses from a different dimension. Princess witch twins, I believe. This is super fun. It's got some silly moments. It's weird, because what a weird premise. Like, it's called Twitches because they're twin witches. But this was a fun movie. The sequel, not so much. I don't recommend the sequel. If you really want to watch the sequel, watch the sequel. Don't recommend the sequel, though. The fourth movie that I don't own, because I couldn't find it for the longest time. I was looking for a long time trying to find it so I could download it because I wanted to watch it, and that is Don't Look Under the Bed. So this is a spooky movie about a girl who starts to have a bunch of weird things happening in her life. And she's not sure why. And things keep being blamed on her younger brother's imaginary friend. But she's like, stop believing in imaginary friends, it's dumb. Then she finds out that his imaginary friend is a real person. Like, not like it's a creepy man who sneaks into the house or anything, but like, she can see him now. And all of these bad things are happening because there's something going wrong with imaginary friends in that area, I think. I just remember there's a scene where there's dogs on the roof. I don't know. I never fully watched this movie all the way through, but I want to so bad. So that's why it's on my list. I'm going to watch it this year. It's going to be great. Okay, next we have like a 2-for-1. That would be Halloweentown and Halloweentown 2, Calabar's Revenge. I think these are both solid movies. The first one is so good. If you've never watched Halloweentown, this is about a family of witches, but the mom of the family has moved to the mortal world from Halloweentown because she fell in love with a mortal man. And she's trying to raise her 3 kids to not know that they are magical. But her mom, the kid's grandmother, wants them to know that they're witches and carry on this really powerful bloodline. And so when the grandma's visiting the mortal world on Halloween, as she's leaving, the children follow her back to Halloweentown and end up saving it. And the sequel, I can't give too much information, I guess, because it's a sequel. But I promise that you will love, like, the cheesiness of Halloweentown if you haven't already seen it. It's got, like, bad costumes. Like, everything's very, like, practical effectsy, which means all the monsters are people with, like, masks. It's great. I love it. It's one of my favorite movies. It's got Debbie Reynolds in it. It was great. I recommend it. Please watch Halloweentown. And the sequel. There are 4 Halloweentown movies. Halloweentown 3, Halloweentown High, is an okay movie. It stars a lot of people from High School Musical. It has, like, Lucas Gabriel or whatever, and the girl who plays the pianist in High School Musical. It was a fine movie. I don't recommend it. The fourth movie, awful. They replaced the main actress with Sarah Paxton. The plot was bad. It was boring. Don't watch the 4th one, but watch these 2. And maybe the 3rd if you really like these 2, but don't bother with the 4th movie. If you can find it, just don't do it. It's not worth it. Just don't. The next not so spooky movie that I love to watch during Halloween might actually be spooky. But it's kid spooky still, and that is Coraline. This is a, like, Tim Burton movie, and it's stop motion. You've probably seen Coraline. If you haven't seen or read Coraline, I recommend that you do both this October. Please do. It's a great book. It's a great movie. This is about a girl who moves into a big old house where she finds a tiny door that is locked, but sometimes it's not locked, and she can go through, and there's a parallel world to her own where everything goes her way. I guess that's all I can really say without spoiling Coraline. I don't know if I can spoil Coraline. I hope we've all consumed Coraline media at this point, but if we haven't, go watch this and then read the book, or do it the other way around. Honestly, it doesn't matter. I treat them both as, like, different entities, but they're both good. Okay, next. Might be silly. I don't know. But a not so spooky Halloween movie is Scooby-Doo and the Ghoul School. So this was my favorite movie when I was, like, 3. So it holds a good place in my heart of silly Halloween movies. In this movie, Shaggy and Scooby-Doo, and also Scrappy-Doo, disclaimer, there's totally Scrappy-Doo in this movie. I'm sorry if you want to watch this, but you can't stand Scrappy-Doo. I understand. But this follows them as they go become gym teachers, I believe, at a school for girls. But the girls are all the daughters of famous monsters. So you got, like, Winnie the Werewolf, who is the daughter of the werewolf. And Bella is the daughter of Dracula. And Tanis is the daughter of the mummy. And there's other characters. But it's super cute. I loved it. They have some volleyball competitions with the boys from the school next door, which is like a military all-boys school. It's just a fun kids movie. I tried to watch Scooby-Doo and the Boo Brothers the other year. That one was damn near unwatchable. But this one, I feel like, still holds up. Mostly because I just like the kids. I think they're neat. I think they're fun. I think it's cool watching them all just hang out and have fun. Then, okay, I've only seen this movie once. As an adult, ever. But I watched it once, and I was an adult when I watched it. But that is Hocus Pocus, which is everyone's, like, favorite Halloween movie. I found this movie very stressful. It wasn't scary. It's still not a spooky, like, a scary Halloween movie. But it was stressful because it is about these 3 kids trying to escape the clutches of 3 witch sisters, the Sanderson sisters, I believe, who have come back from the dead after a ritual. And they need to either escape until morning or escape until another ritual. And so it's a lot of stress as you watch these kids try to get away from these grown women who I think want to eat the children. I don't know. I can't really explain this movie because I only saw it once and it was not this year. So, yeah. I feel like everyone's already seen this movie. I feel like I was really late to the party, but I had fun watching it. I was just very stressed. Then I have Beetlejuice, because Beetlejuice is a fun Halloween spooky movie that's not actually scary. A husband and wife who die in a car accident and they haunt their house and they can't leave. And when a new family moves into the house, they try to scare them away. Also, there's a guy named Beetlejuice there. I don't remember what he does, but he's annoying. And if you say Beetlejuice 3 times, you summon him. And if you say Beetlejuice 3 times again, you unsummon him. I don't know how I don't know the plot of Beetlejuice, or I guess I don't know Beetlejuice's role in the movie Beetlejuice. But yeah, Beetlejuice is fun. Then I have the Addams Family, and I guess the Addams Family Values, but that one less so. The Addams Family is like a classic Halloween movie, but also stressful. I find lying in stories very stressful because I'm like, how are they gonna find out the truth so that they can solve this? Because I'm weird. So I also found this stressful because there's some lying and deceit in it. So that's something that bothers you for some reason. But this is just a fun movie about a weird family that's really into the macabre. And I can't really explain it better than that because I don't know. It's just weird, but it's all goth and fun. Some honorable mentions here that aren't movies but are fun, like kid horror, are of course the Goosebumps TV series. Where would we be without the Goosebumps TV series? And also, Are You Afraid of the Dark? Which is great. Everyone loves Are You Afraid of the Dark. I feel like everyone loves the Goosebumps TV series too. Like, they're full of cheese, they're ridiculous, but they're fun kid horror. And it's the kind of like spooky I want, because it's not gonna probably keep me up at night. There were some episodes of Goosebumps that truly kept me up at night as a kid, but they're like not scary. So if you want a fun thing to get you in the Halloween mood without being terrified, I think Goosebumps is on Netflix, and the first season of Are You Afraid of the Dark is on Canadian Netflix. So if you want to be low-key spooked, they're there for you. And finally, my favorite thing, non-spooky thing to watch during Halloween is Over the Garden Wall. This is my favorite thing. I'm so excited to watch this. I'm like dying. I want to watch it so bad, but as I'm filming this, it's not time to watch Over the Garden Wall. I'm just so excited. I didn't have time to watch it last year. I probably did, but I was saving it until like Halloween day. And then I was really busy and had to drive into the city, and it was NaNoWriMo kickoff, so like I was busy and I didn't have time. And I had so many friends I was seeing, so I couldn't. And I'm so excited. It's been 2 years. I get to watch this again. This is the story of Greg and his little brother Wirt. No, Wirt and his little brother Greg. As they travel into this strange world that's over the garden wall. It's a portal fantasy. It's great. It has the best fall aesthetic of anything you'll ever see in your life. There are pumpkins and some spooky things and forests and woods and falling leaves. It's great. It's great. I recommend it. Please watch this if you haven't already. Watch all of this. If you're here because you want to watch non-spooky, spooky Halloween things, you also have to watch this. And you should watch all of these because they're all good. At least I think they're all good. I guess they could all be terrible in your opinion, and that's fair. But yes, please watch Over the Garden Wall. Please. It's a mini-series, but I think it's only like an hour long total. So it's even shorter than most of the movies, I think. But it's great. It's beautiful. The music is good. The animation is great. I think Elijah Wood is Wirt. So yeah, watch this, please. Yeah, that is my video for today where I talk about all of my favorite, the top 10 not spooky Halloween movies that you might like if you want to get in the Halloween spirit without being like actually terrified or uncomfortable because of like aggressive gore. Because if those aren't your things, I totally get it. I'm there with you. I don't really like horror movies. Yeah, I hope y'all enjoyed this, and I will see you whenever I do my next video.